Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to 100 Days of Making Comics, the bootleg edition, and I am CB Smallwood. Now, for those that don't know, every day, every other day, or just whenever I can, which is usually the case, I'll be writing, drawing, inking, coloring, lettering. I'll be doing something to further my goals to become a comic book artist, to get a good portfolio together, and hopefully have a comic book pencils done within 100 days. Or at least 100 videos. Oh, man. Pepsi. Yeah, I better not sit that there. I know I'll drop it. Let me give you something to look at what time I'm talking here. Honestly, I don't feel like drawing the comic right now. I know that sounds disappointing for some people to hear that. You know, it's like, oh, that's pretty lame, but I just don't. Just not feeling it. You know, it's sort of like really wanting to work on a few things artistically. Because as I draw the comic, I realize more and more my limitations as an artist. And so, I've just been sitting around and been doodling, really. Just a lot of style study. And also kind of learning different expressions, toying with different expressions and stuff like that. I've also been doing, I showed you maybe the last episode or so, the possible cover. Seems to me the big winners that everybody seems to like is this one and Rising Out of the Grave. Okay, so we got James, and I believe shucks, maybe I'm trying to remember. Everybody that's throw their hat in the ring. James argues for Rising Out of the Grave. I remember that. I think Foy might have said Straight Out of the '90s, and well, shucks, I can tell you, I got my laptop out here. It won't take me like a second to look this stuff up. Marshall is in favor of Rising Out of the Grave. James is for Rising Out of the Grave. Fway's for Straight Out of the '90s. Will Avengers for Straight Out of the '90s. But I'm losing train of thought here. I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I really like the look of Straight Out of the '90s. Don't really pay attention to this chain here. That's just something I was just playing around with, kind of see if I like what's going on. Shucks. I got all kinds of cool stuff to show you guys, and I'm a little disorganized. Where's all my drawings at? Oh, here they are. Here's the other one, Rising Out of the Grave. There's that. I have to admit, though, the Straight Out of the '90s, even though it does look cool, it's a little one-dimensional as far as like, it's a straight-on pose. And even though you could argue, this is a straight-on pose too, it's different. A little different. I think it was Will Avenger who had a really interesting idea, which was if I did go with this one, that I should probably darken in his face to make it a little bit more mysterious, and I think that would give it a little bit more of a horror feel, you know. So I kind of like that idea. And I believe it might have been James. I'm not for sure that James. I think James was saying that, you know, maybe I should find a way to blend some of the other characters in the story in the background somehow, you know. Um, like let me see. I'm clicking buttons on my laptop right now. It takes it like 5 seconds per click. Um, Shucks, what in the world? But anyway, I'm very disorganized. Um, I'm not really sure how to, you know, blend it all, but yeah. Um, but this could be it, you know, minus the chains on the side, you know. I'm leaning toward this, so I guess that if I don't use this, I'll be doing this one. Which I'll be doing tweaks to both of them, I suppose, to find something that works best. But you know, I have been sketching, I have been doodling, trying to come up with interesting ideas and things. This character here is kind of an inspiration between Sam Keith's The Max, where he has these ises or something like that. And also kind of like Lovecraftian stuff, and you know, like the movies Alien and Aliens got Sigourney Weaver in them and stuff like that. It's kind of like all those combined. I just took a pen out and started, you know, just doodling. The legs are actually bigger here than what they seem. They're more like the arms. So the thing is really big. It's about the size of a man with a pot belly. Walks on all fours. Can sit upright. Has a really vicious appetite. You know, that sort of thing. And there's multiple of these things. You know, so that's an idea I've been playing with. I have been sketching the ladies. Just playing around with different stylistic things and all this other stuff. Just trying to really get in a comfortable groove and I don't know, kind of find myself, you know. Also, I've been toying around with new character ideas. Now, some of this looks really, really crappy. The two big winners is this and this, you know, which later has morphed into this. And this is actually an old character, but I've never drawn this character anything like this of mine. And I'm still, you know, fleshing a lot of stuff out, but I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. A lot of this stuff is just things to keep me entertained, things to keep me drawing, things to keep me going, you know. And I apologize again that this video is a little disorganized. So, I've shown this page before. This is essentially an establishing shot of the town, I guess, of Manchester, I suppose. And this is the interior of an office. That's probably this one here. One of the bad guys from the Wildcat story in the beginning comes in, opens the door. He's walking past the secretary. Here he is, secretary. He's beating on the door that's in the background. Here, let me show you. There you go. He's going to be beating on that door. There he is doing that. Here's the door from behind, and you see a hand. Let's see. That's smoking a cigar. Guy sitting in a chair. This is the back of his head. Here comes the lackey villain. And now he's having a conversation. So that's pretty much the shtick of it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 panels. And so I think my mindset right now is to do a lot of panel cramming with the next couple of pages. And the reason is a lot of my prior pages I've done like 4 panels, 3 panels, maybe 5 panels, you know, that sort of thing. A lot of big panels to show a lot of big stuff, and it's really cool and all, but there's a lot of story that I'm wanting to cram into the first issue to really flesh it out, you know. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I guess, you know, do like 7 panels, 8 panels, 9 panels, 10 panels per page, in theory, you know, for the next couple of pages to really get as much story in as I possibly can, you know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've been really inspired by George Perez, looking at his run on Teen Titans, of how detailed and how big everything seems, even though he's doing like 7 to 9 panel page layouts, you know. Really cool. So there you go. So I guess right now in this video, I'll wrap it up here pretty soon. I just want to kind of lay out my borders, so that way I'll already be kind of started on this page. And a lot of my borders and stuff are just kind of free flowing, you know. I'll come in later and no, let's make it this big. Let's go with the original idea. Are very free flowing, and I'll go in later and I'll actually, you know, fix it either when I start the ink or a little bit before I start the ink, you know. The main thing is I just want to keep going and flowing and get stuff done. Oh, dropping my camera too, because my multitasking sucks. Okay. Yeah, let's just go straight down. Let's do it like that. There we go. That took like a couple seconds. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to work on this anymore tonight because it's kind of really late. But what all else do I got to say? Well, before I wrap this video up, you know, I've been thinking an awful lot about YouTube here lately. Well, I've been thinking about a lot of things, but YouTube's one of them. And have you guys and gals noticed that YouTube is kind of sucking? Yeah. It's to me, it's kind of bad. You know, I'm not really enjoying YouTube anymore like I used to. And I'm not talking about so much the uploads. You know, I'm really talking about like the layout and the design and the function of the website. You know, YouTube's got on this whole big kick where They are uh, where they're like, I don't know, trying to limit what people can see on their platform. You know, um, they got a whole big social justice thing going on. And I'm not going to argue the merits for or against social justice, but all I can say is that it's really unfortunate for content being available to watch. And I haven't really noticed any ill effects from their new policies until here recently. It's been kind of like slow going, but you can still search for a lot of things that are not suitable for work. I guess that's the expression on YouTube. But now, like if you go to your homepage, um, it's awful. Like you there, it's getting to where I see the recommended tab um, featured less and less. Last couple of days I haven't seen the recommended tab on my homepage, which the recommended tab has like well, here, let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Nope. Well, anyway, it has probably about 8 or 9 videos that sit at the top of the screen. And the cool thing about the recommended tab is in those 8 or 9 videos, a lot of times it was videos that are based on your search history that you might be interested in that you otherwise wouldn't be exposed to. And so I actually found a lot of cool bands. I found a lot of cool martial artists, a lot of cool documentaries, and all kinds of interesting stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have had they not had that recommended tab. But now they've just kind of gotten rid of it. Well, not totally rid of it. It's kind of like it's there one day and then it's gone the next. And when they do have the recommended tab up, the videos that they feature now in the recommended tab is stuff I'm already subscribed to. So I'm just seeing the same old content that I already have. It doesn't make, it's stupid. And then when I go and I watch a video, on the right hand side of the video, there's used to be, there was videos that were kind of similar and that sort of thing, which was cool. And I found a lot of cool new bands and a lot of new artists and a lot of new everything that I got exposed to because of that. Well, they've changed that too to now where like it's basically videos that you're already subscribed to is what you're going to see. And so like I feel like I'm kind of boxed in on YouTube and I'm not really exposed to all this cool stuff anymore. And now like unless the internet reveals itself to me, all the cool stuff that's out there, I'm just not going to be able to know anything, like I'm not going to find anything by accident anymore. Now I actually have to do like really hardcore research and look into stuff, and who has the time for that, really? But I'm not liking the new YouTube at all. Things are going really downhill quick, in my opinion. And I don't know. I don't mean to bag or vent. I'm just disappointed, Kind of reminds me of the end days of Napster. Napster was just this fun, awesome little thing that I got exposed to so much awesome music that otherwise wouldn't have got a chance to listen to. And I actually went out and bought CDs based on finding new bands on Napster. I used to get like a Central Media catalog. It had a lot of metal bands in it. And I would flip through it and I would find all these different artists, musicians, bands that sounded interesting to me. and I could look them up on Napster, download the songs, and if I liked the bulk of the songs I heard, I'd go out and buy a CD of that band. You know, but then, you know, Napster got canned and became like a kind of like an iTunes thing, or precursor to iTunes. So, you know, it's sort of like the same thing is kind of happening with YouTube. It's getting where it's very sterilized now. It's turning into one big Disney Channel, and you know, the life's kind of getting sucked out of it. So, and I'm not being exposed to all the stuff I was before, you know, and finding new things like I was before. So I'm a little disappointed. I don't know if you are all having the same experience, but I really wanted to say this in this video and let you all know that I am drawing. I've been drawing stuff. But anyway, I know some of you don't like 20-minute videos. Oh, I also want to say happy birthday to Dave Hingley. I think that's how you pronounce your last name, Hingley. I'm terrible with last names, but shucks. But I just want to, you know, in case I miss anybody else's birthday, I just want to say happy birthday as well. But happy birthday, Dave. I hope you had a good one. I noticed it on Facebook, but I ain't had time to really wish you happy birthday, you know. And the way the app works on my phone, I can't really, it won't let me go back unless I like click this and click that and click about 2 or 3 different things. I'm kind of lazy here lately. So happy birthday, Dave. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I appreciate everybody for taking the time to watch. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Every thumbs up, you know, helps get my stuff seen. Also, what time I'm thinking about how much YouTube's kind of blowing, I can no longer earn any money from YouTube, which I wasn't making money anyway. Like, hypothetically, I was making pennies, but I never saw any of those pennies. But YouTube took that away from me because I didn't have 10,000 views, even though I entered in the whole thing before they put that policy in. But well, whatever. Please remember to subscribe and follow if you want to see how all this stuff ends and hear any more of my crazy YouTube rants. And I appreciate you checking out this video. Sorry that it's extra long. I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit. And I promise the next video will be a lot shorter, a lot more coherent, and straight to the point. Happy birthday again, Dave. And I will see you all in the next video.